Storm into the room and they're like, Risha, wake up. So I'm like, okay, you know, what's up, what's happening, whatever. And then they tell me, girl, your nudes are on your Instagram page. And I was like, hey friends, it's Rish and welcome back to another episode of Adventures with Rish and Tamon Plus One. If you're watching this on the Head Over Hill channel, welcome. Welcome to my second story time. Today, while we're doing a little story time, a little chat, I'm also going to be doing putting some Bantu knots in my hair. And I recently colored it. So this is my new color. It's like a little ombre, red to orange type look. I really love this color so much. Okay, without further ado, we are going to hop into this video because it actually takes me a little minute to Bantu knot my hair, and I want to make sure that we have enough time for me to do my hair and tell you guys this crazy story about the first time, or about the only time, my nudes got leaked on Instagram. This actually happened around I want to say maybe 2014, 2015. So yeah, I don't remember all the details, but I'm going to tell you guys as much as my memory can recollect. But crazy story. So let's hop into it. But before we get started, go ahead and like and subscribe so I know you guys are here. We want to get to know you, we want to talk to you, so go ahead and comment and interact with us. We are growing these channels this year, this channel and the Head Over Hill channel. So we thank you so much for watching, and happy new year, happy 2021. Okay, let's get started. All right, so I think I wet my hair a little bit. It's a little drier than I would like, but I'm not about to get up and wet it again. So we're gonna start with the front. Okay, so let me give you guys a little background on when this all happened. So this was in my last relationship, right before I got with Tamon, and the person that I was with was in the Air Force. So it was also, I want to say it was my birthday or it was Catherine's birthday. It wasn't my birthday. We went to a party, and this was the Sigma party that the floor caved in. We had decided to leave our phones in the car because I don't know what was going on with me in college, y'all, but I lost phones and changed my number. Like, it was so crazy. I was losing my phone so often. So we just went ahead and decided to leave our phones in the car during the party. Now, I remember the party being so fun. So much so that next day, I had just decided to, you know, stay in bed and just kind of chill in my room after having such a lit night. We didn't really have cars in college, but Catherine and Carrie had a car. I'm saying their names like y'all know who I'm talking about. Let's continue. Car ends up getting broken into at the party, and they steal our phones. Now, initially, I'm like, oh crap, you know, I need my phone to call my mother. She's gonna be so upset that I lost another phone. I wasn't even thinking about anything that was actually in the phone, right? I mean, I was literally just like, oh, you know, our phones got stolen, it happens. I was super upset that my phone got stolen, but I didn't think that anything was gonna become, or I didn't think this huge situation was gonna happen because of her car getting broken into that night. But little did I know it was about to be freaking crazy. So the next day, I'm sleeping. I told you guys that I ended up sleeping in. I'm not a morning person at all. So my roommates, you know, they were always super duper scary about who was gonna come and wake me up, because they knew that more than anything, I did not like being woken up. I did not, especially if it was a long night, we had just partied, or if I had just had a hard day at school, or if I went to work. Like, I just hated when my friends would wake me up. So all of them were contemplating wanting to come into the room and wake me up. My two college girlfriends storm into the room. We all lived with each other at the time in this like college house. Storm into the room and they're like, Risha, wake up. So I'm like, okay, you know, what's up, what's happening, whatever. And then they tell me, girl, your nudes are on your Instagram page. And I was like, what the heck? Mind you, I don't have my phone right now, so I couldn't run and go to my Instagram page and look and see, you know, what pictures they were talking about. They were showing it to me on their phones, and immediately I went to go get my laptop and started to look on Instagram, and lo and behold, there's pictures of me in my ex-boyfriend's uniform, army uniform. Now they weren't raunchy pictures, okay? They were some cute nudes, you know, a little boob here, a little shmur there, but way more than I wanted the internet to have, and I only took 3 pictures in his uniform. So after the guy had put up the pictures on Instagram, I was like, okay, well, you know, everybody takes nudes. Obviously I was super duper embarrassed, but I didn't want these pictures out. They were private photos and I didn't know what to do. I was like, you know, I couldn't delete them off of Instagram until I got my phone, because I need to verify that it was me, even if I signed in on my laptop. So I was only able to look at my account on my laptop. I wasn't actually able to get in and delete the pictures. Finally, I started communicating with Instagram via email, and I was able to log into my account. And as I'm logging into my account to delete the pictures, the guy who has my phone is re-uploading them. So I'm deleting them, he's re-uploading them, and we're going tit for tat, tit for tat, tit. We were doing that so freaking much, right? So then he takes it to a whole nother level, y'all, and ends up starting to send DMs to people, asking them for money, saying how I need to pay for school, and that's why I had to put my nudes out there so that people could give me some money for school. I mean, it just didn't make any sense, right? And then people started to really recognize that it wasn't me, because the captions would stay like busting it open for these dudes at Spelman. Now, if y'all know that Spelman is an all-girl school. So at that point I was like, oh, it must not be anybody who actually is from the AUC. It must be like a local person, or obviously not a girl. It has to be somebody who don't really know too much about the AUC, because if you did, then you would be saying, oh, I'm about to bust it open for these dudes that's from whatever. So at that point, my friends, they knew that it wasn't me, and people started to flag the photo. People started to go crazy. I flagged the photo. Let me get through some of my hair, guys, and then we'll continue into the story. So this is how far I got. So like I was saying, DMs is blowing up. You know, I'm sure that phone was blowing up because my sister starts hitting up my Spelman sisters and telling them like, hey, you know, I've been texting this phone, and because this dude is sending the pictures to my messages. He's texting my mother, he's texting our family these pictures of her, what's going on, da da da. So we fill her in on what's going on, and then she sends the guy this long behind text message. Yeah, she sends the guy this long behind text message basically saying, you know, like, you need to stop putting this stuff on social media, like you need to cut it out right now, stop sending stuff to her contacts and all that, going crazy, right? I ended up calling the police because I wanted to file a police report, because honestly, people take stuff like this a little bit too lightly, and who knows if I had like, you know, what if I was a graduate and I had just gotten this great job, and here goes this person, you know, yeah, here goes this person putting up these provocative pictures, private photos of me on the internet, and, you know, emailing, telling my friends, like talking to my family. It got out of control. So I definitely filed a police report, because I was like, if this is a grown man, I definitely want to, you know, press charges for this. So finally Instagram helps me get back my password. I end up deleting all the posts, and like, you know, we put my Instagram on private. But by then I had like so many freaking requests from dudes who went to Morehouse, girls who went to Spelman, like everybody just wanted to see these news that everybody was talking about. And now that I think back on it, it was like such a big situation, when honestly it shouldn't have even gotten this to that point. So then after the police come, you know, the police come to where I'm staying at with my Spelman sisters, and they basically say they said they can't really do anything until they find the person that actually has the phone. And so, you know, and by then some hours had gone by. I kind of had just accepted that my news got leaked. It is what it is. Everybody done seen a titty before, yeah, whatever, blah blah blah. dies down, right? Next thing, the guy realizes, okay, I don't have any more pictures. He ends up going on Google and looking up different like porn star scenes of girls who look like me and starts putting them on the internet. That's when everything got so much bigger. Everybody was like, oh my goodness, Risha, you're really taking pictures like this, da da da. I was like, obviously, y'all, this is not me. Like, obviously, this is not me. I didn't understand like how, every time I would sign in and change my password would end up getting changed again, but it dawned on me that my email was obviously still signed into the phone. So every time I changed my password, he saw me changing the password. But I ended up disabling the account, disabling my Instagram account for a while. But then when I decided to come back on Instagram, I was like, no, I am not about to delete, I am not about to delete my Instagram account because of some news that got leaked or whatever. And, you know, at that point, I was really making some good money off of my art, you know, to pay for school. During this period of time, so I just wasn't about to start over. Yeah. So a few days go by, right? And my sister said that she receives a call off of my phone. So she ends up giving me the number of the person that calls my phone and says that somebody called me off of your phone. This guy said that a kid left your phone charging behind a like a video game. What is it called? One of those little slot quarter video game things that are sometimes in like corner stores and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, when I went to go look at the phone, the first thing I saw was that super duper long message from this number. So I decided to call the phone and let them know that the phone that is in question and that all this hoorah blah is happening over is here at the corner store. So I immediately call one of my friends and they take me to go and to retrieve my phone. When I get the phone, everything on the phone is actually deleted. All my pictures, all my videos, everything. The only thing that's on my phone is a reoccurring number that the person kept calling, my sister's messages and text messages from my family that are saying, hey, can you give her back her phone or stop uploading these pictures? You know, you're playing with somebody's life. All this stuff on there. And yeah, and then he actually downloaded some sort of like music mixing app. So he was like recording himself rapping on my phone. When I listened to it, at that point I realized, oh, this is like a younger person. Had to be, I think he ended up being like 15 or something like that, right? So I called the number that was the recurring number on the phone, and it ended up being an older woman who answered the phone. So I said, hello, you know, this is my phone. I ended up finding it at this corner store at this place or whatever. The person who previously had this phone actually uploaded some provocative pictures of me on the internet, which I didn't appreciate. Do you know who had the phone? Okay, so back up. So the dude who owned the corner store said that he actually saw the guy, the teenager who frequented his store, and he knew who the person was who had my phone. But he said he didn't know the exact place where he lived. All he knew was that he doesn't live too far from the corner store. He probably lived like around the corner or whatever. So at that point I was like, oh, I'm trying to find who this is. Like, I'm trying to find who this is. I done got old lady's number, all that stuff. So his grandmother ends up, you know, I tell her, I disclosed to her that I wanted to press charges. I disclosed to her that I didn't appreciate him uploading these pictures of me. She tells me that as far as she knows, this is her grandson's cell phone, but he's not home yet, and she'll be sure to, you know, relay the message or whatever. And it was just a whole lot of y'all. I couldn't believe that something like this had happened to me. I couldn't believe that I was able to snitch on him to his grandmother, because honestly, I felt so good even knowing that it was an older person, because I knew he was about to get it. Like, I'm like, the way how she was talking on the phone, she sounded so upset that her grandson could have done something like that to a woman. Like, she couldn't believe it. It was a crazy story. It was so many DMs, like even like from people at my church. I couldn't believe that he was sending the type of messages that he was sending and really asking people for money. Right, Sonny? Really asking people for money, acting like it was me. Crazy. All right, let me show you guys how my hair ends up turning out when I finish these last few. Okay, friends, this is the final look. Thanks for tuning in for my story time. Let me know in the comment section if you guys enjoyed the story time and what you want to see.